to my channel. I hope you've been having a good past week. As you can clearly tell from the title below, today I'll be doing a Q&A. I've been collecting these questions over quite a while now on my social media. I find that sometimes the questions come through in big bursts, but then other weeks I'll just get nothing at all. So I've put them all into this one video, as I like doing it that way because then I can answer everybody. I think this is probably one of my first videos where I actually look really cozy and comfortable, because usually I'm wearing something that's more summery, but today it's just really rainy and cold and I just felt like being all snuggled up. Thank you so much to everybody who... My finger just cracked. I didn't even know I could crack my fingers. Oh my god. But anyway, thank you so much to everybody who sent me questions for this Q&A. If you'd like to send me questions in the future, just feel free to follow me on any social media that you have. I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I also have Tumblr, which I don't really use, but if you want to be anonymous, that is a good way to do so. First one is from my friend Bella, and her question is, are you going to do any more themed makeup looks? I love those. Thank you so much, Bella, for that. I'm not too sure because I really want to find something I actually really care about, and that's the reason why I don't make them too often, because I like makeup, but as you would have noticed throughout the year, I really don't do makeup tutorials unless it's to get ready with me, so I'd have to find something that I really want to recreate. I really appreciate your help for this. This is a comment I'd love you guys to answer below. A question I'd like you guys to answer below. What makeup themed video would you like to see? By the way, Bella's question was sent from Snapchat, so my Snapchat is just sheribubble if you would like to add me. I accept absolutely everybody, so don't worry about that, but I will delete you if you go too far. I have been sent quite a few dick pics in the past, if I'm going to be honest, and then I just straight away block those people because I'm not asking for them. My dog is here snoring and she keeps interrupting me. This is seriously bringing me back to like 2014 days. The next question is from Instagram, and it's from the Instagrammer Mez Vlogs Oz. The question is, what made you start YouTube? What is your favorite vlog you have done? The main thing that made me start my YouTube channel was that I simply wanted to literally just review a product, and I always watch reviews, so I was like, hey, I should review this. I don't think I really bought much for myself back then, so having something new that wasn't just a repeated purchase was a big deal. I think me constantly watching beauty YouTubers sort of triggered something in me, because if I wasn't already watching a lot of YouTube, why would I have thought to put it on there? Does that make sense? So I guess that's pretty much what triggered it. What is your favorite vlog you have done? Hey Vincent! The ones that I value the most are probably my travel vlogs. They get way less views, and I'm completely aware of that, but I just treasure them more, as some of my favorite memories are over there, some of the really unique, special ones that I'm so glad I captured. But other than that, probably any experiences that I have with my friends or my family or my boyfriends. I really like it when my boyfriend and I do daily vlogs of really fun days, like going to the Melbourne show or the city. I think they're really cute to look back on. Next question is from my friend Sachin on Snapchat again. And he said, 2 years ago when you started, did you ever imagine your videos would change and improve so much? Sachin, I've been on YouTube for 3 years. Get your shit together. I'm kidding. But anyway, as I said before, when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't really think of it as like a brand. I just thought of it as like a place that you can store videos. Kind of like how YouTube was back when I was younger. People didn't have like proper usernames, they just had like numbers and stuff, and they just put random ads videos out there. Obviously I was watching big YouTubers, so I know like the whole brand thing existed, but I guess because they were so big, they were like YouTube famous, and then everyone else was just people who uploaded random videos. And I know that makes no sense because obviously there's that in-between stage for everybody, but I just didn't really know any small YouTubers, so to me it was just like, this is a place I'm going to put my videos, and I didn't think about quality or audio or anything. I thought it was cool enough that I was recording on a webcam and you could see me. Like, I didn't think about lighting or anything. It was weird. It didn't even cross my mind while editing. Like, everything about it to me was just so cool. I'm like, look how professional I am. I have music in the background that is way too loud. Then you eventually sort of notice mistakes. So I remember I was like, oh, I don't like that I'm on webcam. No one's on webcam. And then you upgrade to like a phone, and then you're like, oh, this isn't very nice, there's not much depth, and then you switch to a camera, and then you're like, oh, I want a better angle, switch to a tripod, I want better lighting, switch to this, and you sort of upgrade so gradually. And even now, like, my videos are definitely not good enough to me. You can see me, the audio's alright, you can hear me, but I constantly want to improve, so you sort of get addicted to that. So I don't actually think 2 years ago, actually 3, I did think I was going to change or improve so much, because to me, it wasn't really in my mind. I think it took probably a year for me to actually take it that seriously. So this time around, I decided to share it on my personal Facebook, because I thought, you never know, I might get some really like unique personal questions. So I'm going to find a few from here I can answer. First question he asked was, how do you feel about climate change? I feel like I meant to respond funnily because this was for humor purposes, but I'm going to respond properly. I only really cared on like a surface level, like most people do throughout my life, because you hear about it or you read about it, but because you're not actually seeing it, it doesn't really cut you that deep. Kind of like how when there's things happening in other countries that you haven't been to, you realize it's bad, but it doesn't emotionally affect you as deeply as it would be if it was in your country. I hate admitting to that, but it's something that we've been talking about a lot at university, and it's just something that happens to people when they're human. When I went to Antarctica, that really hit me. I remember at one point we had the boat over here, and about 200 meters off in the distance there was a glacier, and then they told us that the glacier used to come up to where the boat was, and it's just melted away. And I was just like, like, are you kidding me? Antarctica is the most beautiful place I've ever been to. It's unbelievable, and it's so heartbreaking to know that in the future it literally might not exist, okay? When I say literally, I know the land will still exist, but like the beautiful aspects of the ice might not exist, and that's so frightening. In terms of the animals that get affected by it, that's when it hits you. Like, I remember having so many moments just like staring off into the ice like, oh my god, what can I do about this? Next question is it true that you support Trump? Definitely not. Both of them are pretty crap, but I support him less because he's an idiot. From there, it encouraged 3 other people to send similar questions. One of them was, do you really think that the plan to send humans to Mars is a plausible one? I was thinking about this for quite a while recently. The idea of humans living on another planet is the coolest thing, and I didn't think it would ever be considered in my lifetime, so I got very excited about this, and I really hope they follow through with it. Personally, I wouldn't want to move to another planet though, even though that sounds so dumb saying that. Like, if someone handed me a free ticket to space, I'd be like, yay! But if it was a one-way ticket to another planet, I would hate that. Anyone who wants to go to Mars, that would be great to hear about. Imagine a YouTuber moving to Mars and documenting their journey. That would be amazing. Question is, if you could have 30 of the greatest minds work on one solution for 30 years, what would it be? I'm just going to tell you the first thing that comes to mind. Managing a way for everybody on Earth to have access to clean water. If they could find a way to do that that was environmentally friendly and it was sustainable, that would be really cool. I actually read something the other day that I thought was really interesting. If 100 people lived on Earth, 87 of those people would have clean water and 13 people don't. And if we were a society of 100 people, we would do anything to help those 13 people. So the fact that we aren't a society of 100 people, and we're a society of a huge amount of people that I can't think of the number of on top of my head right now, the fact that that isn't focused on more, and the fact that some people don't give a shit, is really scary. If 30 of the greatest minds could work on that, that would be great. There we go. You guys go work on that now. My next question is from my friend Alec. Do you see yourself in a couple of years choosing to be a makeup artist over what you are doing in your course now? 100% no. If that changes in the future, I would be shocked and very confused, and I think the only way that could happen is if I'm incredibly unsuccessful in the film industry and I'm just like, I need money, I'm gonna go do this. But that is the last resort. I feel like if I did get into it, it'll be fun at the beginning, and eventually I'll just end up feeling like it's just a retail job and I'm just doing it for the money, and I really don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. That is like my worst fear, to not be having fun. In the future, if I stop having fun in my career, I'm going to just make a change in some way. If I wasn't financially stable, obviously that's very different, but if I am, I will do anything to change that. If I could do something that I actually happen to find really, really fun and make money that way, then I'm always going to choose that over doing something which makes the same amount, if not more, that isn't fun, because doing stuff that's fun is like the most important thing in life. Well, to me anyway. Next question's from Instagram, and it's from Ben Blue, and the question is, what was your 2016 goal? Have you hit it? And have you got any goals for 2017? I don't know if you mean just YouTube or lives. Right now, I'm going to look at my New Year's resolutions from the beginning of this year, and this is going to be quite crippling, because I know I wouldn't have accomplished many of them. My first thing was get a second job. Funnily enough, I just did the opposite. I quit my job and then didn't even get a brand new one. So good job, Sheridan. My learner's permit. No, I haven't done that. Read more books. I've tried to do that. I've bought a lot more books. I haven't necessarily read them though. Watch more movies, 100%. I've been dedicated to that. Dye my hair a manageable, money efficient colour. Yeah, I've definitely done that. Ombre is very logical because all you do is dye the roots. My roots really need dyeing right now. I hope you can't tell on camera. And the dye that I use is like $7. So that is very money efficient. I don't buy makeup unless I need it or really want it. I've actually followed that so well this year. I'm sure you guys have noticed. I've seemed to just like replace things once I've used it up and then saved up for particular things I really love. So whoop, whoop. Moisturise body at least once a week. I love how I knew I wouldn't moisturise it once a day, so I said once a week, and I still didn't even fulfill that. What's happening? This next one is say yes to any filming opportunities that come up, even if it sounds scary. I have been doing that so much, and I'm so proud of myself, so I'm glad I've been doing something. Oh, I found my YouTube goals. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? So my first goal was to reach 2,000 subscribers by 2017. That is still currently my goal. It's quite unrealistic. I am so aware of that. If I don't reach 2,000 subscribers by 2017, then I want to reach it by my 20th birthday, which is on April the 22nd. And I think that's very realistic. Oh my god, I just saw another goal and it made me so happy because I literally doubled it. I said by 2017, I want to have over 100,000 views. I have over 200,000 views. My heart right now, a little bit teary. That is the coolest feeling. Oh my god, I've actually hit the rest of my goals. This is the coolest thing. I wanted 1,000 followers on Instagram, which I already have. I wanted 200 followers on Twitter. I have 300 followers on Twitter right now. And I wanted 400 likes on my Facebook page, and I'm only 4 away from that. I just checked, so oh my god! Anyway, the second half of the question was, have you got any goals for 2017? I have a rule that I only start making New Year's resolutions the first day of the year. This year, at the beginning of January, I will actually be here, so I'm going to do that and then like follow up with it throughout the year, and I feel like I'm way more likely to actually fulfill those goals, so yay! Next question is again from Instagram, and I can't pronounce this guy's name and I feel really bad, but it's Jacob Harlem SHK. The question is, are there any more plans of traveling to more gorgeous locations overseas? Funnily enough, there is, and I've been waiting for an excuse to announce it. I planned on making an announcement video, but I thought that could come across really badly and it could come across as bragging, so I've been secretly hoping someone would ask so I didn't have to do that. So thank you, Jacob. I am pretty sure a lot of you guys would already know where I'm going because I tend to mention it very casually in my vlog. It probably doesn't make too much sense, but you may have just linked it together in your head. But anyway, the reveal at the beginning of 2017 in February, we are all going to Japan. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. I have always wanted to go to Japan. I have a feeling that one of my past Q&As, when someone asked where I wanted to go, I would have said Japan because it's somewhere I've always been the most interested in. My next question is from my dear friend Silver Fox Beauty. We actually just did a collab together and it was uploaded on her channel on Friday, so I'm going to have it linked in the description of this video. We did the Never Have I Ever challenge and it was so much fun, so please go check that out. I have so much love for her. One thing you hate about film because you love so much about it. My first reason is lots of physical work, and because I'm not strong, it is very draining. It is hard, but I feel like the stronger I get, and that's why I want to work so hard at Pilates, then the easier it will become. The next thing is the conflict that comes with teamwork. Oh my god, that is a major thing. Every single thing in the film and television industry is teamwork. Even if you're in a department that isn't on set, for example, if you're an editor, you have to communicate to the director to be able to get the vision that you both want. If you're not a people person, you kind of have to learn to be a people person. I feel like I've learned a lot of strategies while being in this course, which has helped me work with people who I wasn't working very well with, and just communicating in general is a lot easier for me now. Ooh, this is important. The hours you work are crazy. Yes, they are insane. Obviously, it's never a 9-to-5 job, so it's awesome I don't have to do it every single day. But when you're working crazy hours. I've literally done shoots where you're getting up at 6 AM and then beginning at like 7, and then it's like dark outside and you're still working or packing away the gear, and you're just so drained, and it's really hard to stay switched on the whole time. And the last thing I dislike about the film and television industry, it's just something we keep hearing at university, which just kind of gets you down now and then, it kind of worries you, is that we always get told that within the 1 or 2 first years of entering it, most of your work is unpaid. And that's fine with me in some ways, because right now all the stuff I'm doing is unpaid. It means that I'll definitely have to have another part-time job to actually earn money, because I can't survive on just occasional jobs here and there. And in a way that sort of gets me down, because I know that if I started working part-time, which I will have to, then I'll have less time for YouTube, and that's something that's important to me, and there's just so much that comes with it. Next question is from the Instagrammer Captain Fizzman, and the question is, are there any YouTubers who inspire you to make the type of content you are currently making? Yes, but weirdly enough, more with vlogging, and I think it's because I'm just becoming really, really obsessed with vlogging. One vlogger that I am so inspired by and absolutely obsessed with is Julian Solomita. I think that's how you say his last name. I've been watching his videos for a few years now, but his vlogging game has just improved so much, and I love how seriously he takes it. He has the most incredible equipment for it. Like, he has drones and sliders and the most incredible microphone and camera, and I just think it's awesome. He makes it kind of into art in a way, and everything's like a little film. It's inspired me to take more videos on actual cameras and just spend more time working on shots actually looking good and not just trying to like get the shot. One last question, and this one I received personally through my messages on my Facebook page. If you guys ever want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, honestly feel free to chat with me through my sheribubble Facebook page. I've been chatting to this girl for quite a while now, and she's so lovely, and she asked a really personal question, so I thought I would definitely answer it because it's a really important topic that is so complicated, and obviously I'm not an expert in it. So the question is, could you possibly share your thoughts on self-harm, or maybe even some advice towards people who have do it? I know it's a really sensitive, complicated topic, but I'll really appreciate it. That's the reason I'm doing this, because when I read that, I was like, wow, this is important. So I've definitely got to answer it. I've known a lot of people in the past who have spoken to me about self-harming because they wanted someone to open up to. It's so hard to accept that someone that you really care about or love is harming themselves. Like, it's the last thing that you want. You want them to be happy and you want them to be taking care of themselves. First of all, I think it is incredibly strong when people open up about that. I think it would be one of the hardest things to open up about. So if you haven't, it's understandable because it is so tough, but it is so important to do so. I cannot stress that enough. If you can even tell one person, it doesn't even have to be someone that's that close to you. Even if, for example, you told me in the comments of this video, I think it would help. I can't say it would help because I don't know for sure, but I just know with other aspects of my life, when something's said out loud, for example, if I talk about how I have anxiety or something, it feels good just to say it because then it's like, it is external to me. And it's definitely important because obviously self-harm can lead to even bigger things like suicide, and the thought of like any of you guys self-harming is heartbreaking enough, but like suicide, if I find out one of you guys committed suicide, I would be heartbroken. If any of you guys are watching this and you have any experience with it, please tell somebody. I don't know how to convince you to do so because it's so scary, and I don't want to like seem like I'm just pressuring you, because hearing this, if you haven't told someone, would feel really like yucky and uncomfortable, so I'm sorry for that. I just think it would be really good to think through the options in your head. One option is parents. That might be just not an option for some people, and I completely understand that, but parents will be a really good option because most of the time they live with you, so they're a really good support system as they're with you all the time. If it isn't your parents, maybe a sibling or a family member. It doesn't even have to be a family member you know that well. That could actually be a good way for you to bond with them and become closer to them. Other than that, teachers, I've heard, are really good. Not necessarily like student guidance teachers or psychologist teachers, but just teachers in general. Other than that, I would really suggest friends. I found that in the past when people have opened up to me about this, I was surprised with how much I could help them because, as I know, I am not an expert. I really don't know what I'm talking about. Because it means that if you guys opened up to a friend, and even if they didn't give that much advice, it could really benefit you. So friends I'll probably suggest the most, to be honest. Like, refer you to someone at school if you're still in high school that could help you in some way. Might suggest to go to a psychologist. Psychologists are absolutely amazing. I've been going to mine for 2 years now, and although I haven't experienced anything that intense, I cannot believe how much they can help me. It's quite shocking. I don't know if this is worldwide, but in Australia we have a company called Headspace, and I'm pretty sure how it works is that you can basically walk in and say, hey, I'm not okay, and then they can help you from there. I think they provide you with some psychologist appointments and some sessions with other people experiencing similar things. I haven't been there, but I've heard really good things about it. So if you're from Australia, which a lot of you guys will be, I highly suggest that. If telling somebody doesn't help, tell somebody else. Just keep going, because someone out there will definitely be able to help you. I promise you. I'm glad that there is a possibility that I could even just help one of you a little bit. I don't expect to obviously like be a savior to one of you, but even if it just sort of like makes you feel a little more confident opening up to someone, that would be amazing. If this does help you in some way, I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know, because that would be amazing, because then I'll definitely start talking about more topics like this in the future. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumbs up, and please feel free to leave future Q&A questions in the comments below, and I'll try to start making these more regularly because I love doing them. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well recently, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!